everybody, it's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. I'm going to do my first official book read. Now back a few years ago when I used to call myself the Desperately Struggling Artist, every video was a book read. But this one is going to be my first book read. I was actually planning on doing something a little bit earlier, but there's been so much craziness going around here, and I've been very busy lately, working, studying, and whatever. So I haven't really gotten a chance to get into what I really wanted to get into, but I was going to do something about something else until I got a request from Wes Davis. That's his actual YouTube, That's his actual YouTube account name, Wes Davis. W-E-S space Davis, all lowercase. It asked me my opinion of the Xbox One. Well, I'm going to one-up you, Wes. I'm going to talk about the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, the two new consoles that were announced recently by Microsoft and Sony. For those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I've been playing video games for 30 years. I've said this before. Nintendo I grew up with. Microsoft came in late, and Sony is Sony. So really, I'm kind of like foreign when it comes to them. They sort of have to prove something to me more or less, whereas Nintendo I'm always on their side and everything like that. I'm a huge Nintendo mark. During the Genesis Nintendo War days, I used to go off on Genesis lovers, so I've always been big on Nintendo, and to be honest with you, the Wii U is an excellent console. It's powerful, everything is free on it more or less unless you want to buy stuff. I like the gamepad. Everything that is a cross-brand game, like the Arkham game that's coming out in October and the Assassin's Creed 4 game that for whatever reason I'm going to get and play through for you people, that's all going to be Wii U. The exclusives will be on the Microsoft and Sony consoles. Now, none of this has anything to do with anything, but I'm just mentioning this because there's going to be some bias in what I say, but really there's good reason behind it. Now, Microsoft, I don't trust for shit, and I can do a book rant on customer service in Microsoft based on something that I went through trying to get a minor issue resolved. And Sony's hardware sucks ass. So really, when it comes to the two of them, I don't trust these new consoles. On top of that, from what I know, the Xbox One is making the Kinect feature, the full motion capture feature, standard. So you know that shit's going to cost extra. And with the PlayStation 4, Sony released faulty machinery when they released the PlayStation 3 years ago for $600 fucking dollars. So you gotta be goddamn sure that their enhanced graphics and shadow real-time bullshit, next generation graphical processing power machine is sure as shit gonna heat up to the point of being a nuclear bomb. And you're most likely gonna have to spend $800 on that. So really, when it comes to these new consoles, I'm very reluctant on getting them. And there's another reason why I'm reluctant on getting either one of them, and that is backwards compatibility. The Xbox 360 was only backwards compatible for specific games from the Xbox, like Halo, for instance, an Xbox exclusive. So you don't really think that the great Bill Gates and his company is going to make this fully backwards compatible. What happens with the Mass Effect series, which is the only thing that's important to me when it comes to video games, as I'm sure all of you know? What happens then? I'll have to keep the Xbox 360 and have this with the Kinect feature and all that shit standard on top of it? Where am I going to put it? Up my ass? The same thing with the Sony PlayStation 4. There is no backwards compatibility with the Sony PlayStation 4 that they've announced so far. So what am I going to do with all those Sony PlayStation 3 games again? What if a new Sony PlayStation 3 game comes out when the Sony PlayStation 4 is out? It's not like they're going to just completely shelve every game from the previous consoles. So basically, what they're doing is they're going to make you buy these new consoles with their upgraded features and graphical processing power, and you'll have to keep the old ones just to play the old games that you like. So if you're big on God of War, you're big on Uncharted, or you're big on whatever Sony is exclusively published and everything like that, you'll have to keep your PlayStation 3 to play those games. From what they've announced, things could change, who knows? But they've said that it's hard to integrate. Now, the Wii U is next generation graphically capable. It is. And it's also HD modern capable as well. Now, with that being said, they have backwards compatibility, full backwards compatibility with Wii games. So you can pop in Twilight Princess, or you can pop in Punch Out or whatever, and you can even use the Wiimote and the Wiichuck, and you can actually play those games on a console that's supposed to be so far advanced for those games. It was the same thing with the GameCube. You could play GameCube games on the Wii U. I mean, they always have that backwards compatibility. Why don't Sony and Xbox 360 do that when this console, the Wii U, came out before them? Now, it could be that because it's fully designated for the next generation graphics, that's a reason why it can't process. And listen, PC's been doing this shit for years. PCs, you'd buy a video game on a PC that was like 5, 6 years old. It was probably from Windows motherfucking XP or Windows 3.1 or whatever the fuck. And you try to play it on Windows 7 or Windows 8 and it comes up either jumbled or it doesn't come up at all. In fact, I had a game that was compatible with Windows something or other from before the Windows XP that I had, and it completely collapsed my fucking system for, it was a total mashup. It was disgraceful. So really, I can understand that, but if you're talking about consoles that are going to be worth $350 plus, and you've got games that are just one generation earlier, that are still fully high def, that have required certain processing power in the previous console, and you can't play them on the new ones, that to me is a little bit of a sham. Like I said, especially if they're going to keep producing games for the 360 and the PlayStation 3. If that's the case, they're fucking robbing your ass. Because now not only can't you just get rid of the old games, but now you got to keep the system, the console, so you can't make anything back from it. As somebody that has to review games, or somebody that does review games, I don't have to, but somebody that reviews games, I'll have to be fair in the sense that I kind of abandoned video game playing for a while, so that's why there are a lot of games that I've heard of, but I've never actually played. So when people ask me, hey, have you ever done a review of this game, or would you want to do a review of that? I haven't really heard of these games, and right now I don't really have the resources to go buy these games. But for somebody that's reviewing these games, it's going to kind of be really expensive to fully upgrade. And as I've said, if there's a real big exclusive game that's coming out on one of those old consoles, and I'll have to keep those old consoles to be able to review it, then that kind of fucking sucks. And that's what I don't like about Microsoft and Sony, is that they always find a way to alienate their fans. Always. So, Wes Davis, that's my answer when it comes to the Microsoft Xbox One, the Microsoft Xbox One and the Sony PlayStation 4. When it comes to them, I might get them. I got to see what the prices are, but I'm not really trusting that anything is going to go well with this transition. The graphics I've seen before, they look good. To me, I used to play games, I thought Kung Fu was hardcore. I went to arcades when they had coin-operated machines that I thought were astounding. Dragon's Lair, you're playing a cartoon. Wow, that's breathtaking. To me, that was amazing. So I'm seeing now characters that you can actually believe really exist, and they interact, and they have facial expressions, and fully emote, and what have you. To me, that is advanced enough. But whatever, some people are not impressed. The modern society and the modern generations are not impressed by anything. So you got to keep coming up with upgraded bullshit and a new cell phone every year that does new stuff. Like you're constantly having to advance technology, whereas when I was a kid, you can live with Super Mario Kart for 10 years. So to me, it really doesn't matter, but if there's a high demand for specific games that are released on these new consoles, I'll have to get them. I'm not looking forward to it. But that's everything I know about those two consoles and why I decided to do this rant pertaining to not wanting to get those consoles. So I hope that answers your question, Mr. Wes Davis. If it didn't, please leave a comment. Everyone else, leave your comments and your opinions of these two new consoles that were recently announced by both parties involved. Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come. So stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.